The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
After 10 months, after 18 players fought their way through 8 open tournaments to get to this point, we have our final 18 players ready to take the title of TA 2026 champion. Who will survive? I had to do it to you, Beef.
That's right.
Well, yes. So hello, puzzlers. This is Cards of the Hearts alongside the Beef at 314. Welcome to the Tetris Attack versus Speedrun Tournament 2026. It is effectively our World Championship. Beefhead calls it our World Championship. You think we should call it our World Championship? Sound it off in the YouTube comments if you think we should be calling this the World Championship. Beefhead, why don't you make your case for it?
I mean, we got people from all over the world. We got a Brazilian contingent, we got a Canadian contingent, we got a German contingent. I mean, United States. If there's, we got the best players in the world playing in this thing, in the versus speedrun category. I mean, why not? But yeah, shout us out in the comments if you want us to change that. I'm all for it. But yeah, this is the big one. This is the big tournament of the year. This is the one that we've all been playing for all year. This is my favorite time of the year, so yeah, let's get right into it.
All right, we're gonna have a very long journey ahead of us over the next 2 months. We've got 18 players entered into this thing, so we've got at least 34 different matches to go through. We're only gonna start with one today, just a little drop in the bucket, but it should give you a nice little taste of what's to come. But first, if you're tuning into this game for the first time and you're not exactly sure how everything works, allow me to take a couple minutes of your time to explain how this game works and how we are playing it in this tournament. Tetris Attack is a match 3 puzzle game released for the Super Nintendo in North America and Europe based on the Super Famicom game Paled Upon. It was also localized and broadcast through the Super Famicom's Satellaview add-on multiple times throughout its service. Both versions are playable in this tournament. Swapping up to 2 panels in your stack at a time, match at least 3 panels of the same color horizontally or vertically to make the panels disappear. Simply matching 3, however, will not be enough to win. You need to make combos and chains to not only stop your stack's gradual rising for a short time and prevent your stack from breaking through the top of your field, but also send garbage to your opponent to force their stack to the top of their field. Make combos by matching more than 3 panels at once. The amount of time they stop rising the stack is minimal, but so is the amount of time their garbage makes the opponent's field shake. Quick wins can be achieved if you stack combo garbage correctly. Make chains by linking sets of matches together. Make one set of panels disappear and then let the panels directly above them fall into another match. Their garbage makes the opponent's field shake more, but they stop the rising stack for much longer. Forcing your opponent's stack to the top is more consistent with larger chain garbage. To beat the CPU opponents, you must either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is topped out, send so much garbage that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage in a way to make them think they can no longer make a move. Due to how combo garbage is handled in this game, this is by far the least likely scenario. In Versus mode, the easy level has 10 stages, the normal level has 11, and the levels Hard and V-Hard as we call it have 12. In this tournament, players will be racing each other through all of those stages to defeat the final stage as fast as they can. The player who does that first wins the race. The player who wins a predetermined number of races first wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players. So unlike our open tournaments where everyone was allowed to join, this was an invitation-only affair. The players who participated in the open tournaments got an opportunity to be invited to this major championship, with one notable exception we'll get into in a little bit. But also, unlike the open tournaments that were single elimination, this is double elimination. So if you lose one match, don't worry. You've got one more opportunity to climb your way through to the final match, and we've certainly seen some epic losers bracket runs over the years. So we'll see if we can get another one of those this year. I have a feeling we might actually see one of those. We'll get into the scenario that might happen in just a bit, but we are starting things off today with a match in the first round of winners bracket. This bracket's usually reserved for 16 players, but since we had 18 players sign up, we decided to extend an olive branch to them and add an extra round of play so that way they could participate as well. We'll see the round 0 matches of the tournament in tomorrow's broadcast, but the early rounds of play here will be in our patent pending popcorn level picking systems, where we have all the versus levels available to play, and we may have to play through all of them in order to determine a match winner. These early matches are best of 5, so the first to win 3 races will be moving on to the first round. And how our popcorn level picking works is, yes, we have all the levels available. The players pick one of them to start with. Could be any one of them: easy, normal, hard, V-hard, whatever the players fancy. They can certainly take that option for game 1, and then the loser of the first race will get to pick one of the other levels to play for game 2. You can counter pick all the way down until either there has been a winner or we have played through all the levels, and that means if we do need to get to a deciding game 5, we could play on play on any of those old levels. So we could play easy twice, we could play normal, hard, V-hard twice. Suddenly the harder levels get very, very spicy, and this tournament will certainly be no exception to that. But there can only be one winner, and that one winner will get a little decorative Discord role with the title of TA 2026 champion. And also, we've got a bit of a prize pool to be able to get through during this tournament. This is the tournament where we distribute the prize pool. We've got to currently 30% of this $667 pool. Get your 6-7s out of the way now, puzzlers. 30% is currently set to go to the champion of this tournament, 15% to second place, 12 to third, 8 to fourth, and we'll give 5% to each of the top 8 finishers. But you are welcome to add to the prize pool and throw off the math for everybody if we get to our ultimate goal of $1,000, in which case we will pay out the entire top 16. But if you've got some spare change, you can head to our tip page that's on screen now, where you can type !pool in the live Twitch chat for that link, and you can throw your spare change there that way. Also, if you have any bits on your Twitch account, you can certainly throw those at our Puzzle Speedrun Twitch channel. If you're subscribing to the channel, like our very own Beefin just did, depending on your tier of subscription, you can add a little bit from that to the prize pool as well. So that means all your 6-7 jokes are now done. We're gonna add $1 to the pool to make it $668 out of our $1,000 goal. And Beefin, as probably the biggest benefactor of the prize pool thus far, you've been giving some incentives to our players for what they do in the tournaments in order to fund the pool. Why don't you go over what you've been doing to add to this pool, and what you're going to be doing it for the remainder of this tournament?
Yeah, absolutely. So during the open tournaments, we have been qualifying through the easy to V hard category. You needed to get through that in the 30-minute time limit, and I've been giving out $5 for every sub 30. We had, you know, some couple of sub 29s. We had a world record that happened. So I want to congratulate Cards of the Heart for being, I guess, the winner of the most sub 30s with 6. And then I came in second place with 3, and then FFR and Yoshi each had 1, with Yoshi getting a new world record, 2-second world record, so congratulations to Yoshi. I'll also be donating $5 for every 10-second and under stage as well. I led the Open series with 15, Cards with 11, FFR with 9, 6 with 2, and Kanayo and Gamer each with 1. So I'll also be tracking those, and I'll be donating $5 for every 10-second and under stage. And who knows, there might be some double beef bucks some weekends where if you get one, you'll get $10 into the prize pool. So want to, you know, shout out everybody for doing such a great job throughout the year. And make it worth everyone's while. Make it cost me, make me hurt. It does nothing but go back to the players. So good luck to everyone, and make it count.
Absolutely. Feel free to add whatever incentives you feel like. Maybe you want to give for your own amount for every 10-second stage these players get. That certainly would make the prize pool a bit spicier as we get closer to our ultimate $1,000 goal. But let's take a look at our overall standings and how we got to the field that we got to for this tournament. Players had opportunities in our 8 open events to score points for winning races and winning matches based on how many races they could win. And at the end of those 8 open events, it was the two of us, Cards of Hearts, the Beef at 314, finishing 1-2. I mean, each of us won 3 of the 7 events we officially held. So that certainly would skew the points in that regard. But also FFR Pro 21 won one of our tournaments, and the 3 of us ended up getting automatic top seeding for this event. The FFR Pro is in third. Ty is in 4th after the 8 events. So the top 4 actually got multiple buys from the opening rounds of play. As you'll see in our bracket in just a second, we have adopted a bit of a flat bracket structure that the classic Tetris community I've seen has employed quite a bit of, just to try to make some early matches a bit more competitive, because we've noticed our events are a little bit top heavy. The same few people win them every year or so. We wanted to give some other players an opportunity to win some matches. Also rounding out our top 8 are 6, Yuki Saka, Tetris Attacker, and GamerX459. I believe this is Gamer's highest finish by a good margin, and definitely pleased to see that. Seeds 5 through 8 got 1 buy from the first round of play, so the top 8 was definitely worth striving for throughout the open events. Then rounding out our field, we have Wizard Person, Kanayo, GallopingConch, Deagle, I Like Being Smart, Blamja, we also call him Bowser, Ultraman, Razorflame, Azul Blitz, and Voodoo. Blamja will not be joining us for this event, did not take the invitation, so 17 of these players will be playing in our championship bracket. There was one notable exception that we need to address a little bit in trying to seed the field, because there was also a last chance qualifier that our non-participants could have sign up for, and only one person took us up on that offer, and it was the 4-time defending champion Yoshi. And this put us in a bit of a pickle, because if one person signed up for the last chance qualifier, they would have been placed at the bottom seed, and like an 18-seeded defending champion seemed like a pretty bad idea. Like, no offense to any of the players at the bottom, but the defending champion would probably steamroll through most, if not all of them. Like, even I am not certain I would be able to take out Yoshi in a best of 5, 7, 9 affair even at this point. So we decided to come up with a little bit of a middle ground on where to place Yoshi. So we changed our rules to add a champions exemption for any former champions of these events. Yoshi being a former Tetris Attack champion, I had the discretion to put him at a higher seed so as long as I did not give him a bye and took away the rewards from the players that competed in the open events. So our defending champion Yoshi is seeded 9th for this event, and that means that our bracket looks a little something like this. And you can see how big the bracket gets. You can see how flat the bracket is with all of the buys that we granted from the regular rounds of play. Let's go ahead and zoom this in a little bit so that way it can be easier for all of you to see. And you can see the top 4, myself, Cards with Hearts, Beefin 314, FFR 21, and Ty will be waiting a couple of weeks before they get their first matches up in the air. And then it is 5 through 8. 6, Yuki Saka, Tetris Attacker, and GamerX459 will be likely playing next week once they find out what their opponents will be after this weekend's action. But there we've got Yoshi in the 9 seed, Wizard Person the 10 seed, Kanayo 11, GallopingConch 12, Deagle 13, I Like Being Smart 14, Ultraman, Razor Flame, Azelblitz, and Fudu to round out our field. Beefin, how does this bracket look to you? Because there are some pretty crazy players in basically every quadrant of this bracket.
Yeah, this bracket looks super spicy. First off, I want to give a shout out to the flat bracket. That was one of the biggest critiques that we had from last year's open tournament series. It was extremely top heavy, and you know, there were a lot of squash matches, and I feel like out of everything that we implemented, you know, we gave out points for each race win. I think that the flat bracket is probably the biggest change that had the biggest impact. You know, we had a lot of people getting points this year. It was really awesome to see, you know, people playing at similar skill levels, going against each other. I made for amazing matches throughout the entire tournament. It wasn't just like, oh, squash matches in the beginning. So really, really great to see. In terms of the bracket layout, yeah, we got some real killers here, especially Ty finishing as the 4 seed. Shout outs to Ty, you know, been really on the come up. Yuki Saka taking the 6 seed, 6 taking the 5 seed. That's really, really spicy as well, considering that 6's turned up the aggression a lot more. Of course, Tetris Attacker, you know, always being a good consistent player as well. And Gamer hitting the 8 seed, you know, winning the tiebreaker over Wizard Person. So the top 8 is really, really stacked. We also have a really stacked, you know, like 9 through 18. These are going to be some really, really spicy matches that we're going to go through in the first couple of weeks here in the World Tournament. So I love the I love the flat bracket. I love everything about it, and it's going to create some amazing drama going through this World Tournament over the next couple of months. So everyone stick with us, stick to it, keep watching us. You're gonna see some amazing Tetris attack action.
Indeed, and yeah, just like how deep this bracket is, where the defending champion has to get a 9 seed through an exemption, and Wizard Person finished 3rd in our last major championship and ended up with the 10 seed this time around. This is more of a result of effort combined with skill. I think it's more effort than skill, because the players at the top, I think, were a bit more active in our open tournaments than those at the bottom. But the players at the bottom certainly have the capability of turning up a gear and sniping a few races off of our higher seeds. So we could be seeing some upsets and seeing some players go through some epic losers bracket runs. Some of us a bit more than others may have to really expect having to make a losers bracket run to get through this tournament. Certainly not speaking about anyone in this call in particular. Certainly not someone who would be poised to play Yoshi in the quarterfinals. No, that certainly could be anyone in this call.
There.
But in any case, we'll get through the round 0 matches in tomorrow's show. We'll see about getting through all of the round 1 matches, but we will be doing one round 1 match today. It is the 12 versus 13 in GallopingConch in Deagle. The players have been waiting long enough. Let's get them started on their best of 5 match, and it's going to start right now. And to really put my all into it to get for the first match of the tournament. We are playing on the hard level for this first race. Beefin, how are we feeling about that choice to start things off?
I think we're feeling good. You know, I was speaking to Conch this morning, and he was doing a lot of, attempts to get ready for this and get warmed up. I know Deagle was posting a couple of PBs in the Gremlin pit, so he's getting also acclimated, being, a PvP player and a Pokemon Puzzle League player at heart. Both players seem fresh, both players seem warmed up, seem ready to go. So yeah, first to 3. What a match to kick off this world championship, especially with Conch. This is his first world championship tournament in 4 years, 3 years. It's been a while, so very, very awesome to see him back in the saddle again.
12 stages to glory to kick off our Tetris Attack versus Speedrun Tournament 2026, and Game 1 is underway. And as these players try to more or less get through 6 lines of garbage as fast as they can in order to tackle these early opponents, might as well go ahead and give a bit more of an extended introduction to our players. On the left is our 12 seed GallopingConch taking care of Lakitu in 15 seconds. 12 seed played in our Flying Wiggler Open in order to qualify for this championship, and that's one of the neat things about our championship events in the open events in tandem. You only have to play in one of the opens in order to be invited to the championship. We certainly have plenty of space available, and we welcome everyone that decides to make the plunge to join us. Conch has played in a couple of our tournaments before as a Beefin made a slight reference to earlier. Played in our 2021 tournament, played in our 2022 tournament, and then kind of took some time off from the game. I think his preference been to play more Super Metroid than Tetris Attack. Anyone that knows the deep lore of our community knows of the place that Super Metroid has in our community with relation to this game. I'll be sure to fill in anyone else who doesn't know the details later. But yeah, 4 years since Conch has played in a major. Definitely excited to see if any of the skills built up from his many years of playing this game have retained themselves. Although no, Flying Whaler is kind of clowning him at the immediate moment. Very unfortunate to need 9 lines of garbage to take out one of these foes. You're fast enough with your garbage sends. You usually don't need more than 6 lines, but that does allow our 13 seed to take a little bit of a lead. It is Deagle. Kind of unusual to see Deagle in a Tetris Attack event. It only started playing in our Tetris Attack tournaments this year. Has played in a couple of our Pokemon Puzzle League events and actually finished in the top 6 of the last Pokemon Puzzle League major. So it'd be interesting to see if any of those skills transfer over to this game. I don't expect the transition to be huge for Deagle, because I believe he dabbles a fair bit in the PvP. Beefin, you're more than welcome to correct me since you're a bit more involved with that part.
No, I mean, yeah, he's been really involved in the PvP circuit. I think he's at least a platinum level player, if not, diamond or master. I think at least either platinum or master, or diamond, excuse me. Yeah, he's, really risen up the ranks, and yeah, it's really cool to see him play in these tournaments. And we invite everyone from the Panel Attack community to join our tournaments. Bowser blames you, kicked my ass last night in a PvP, tournament match. Unfortunately, did not accept our invitation, but hopefully, more players from the PvP tournament or community come on over and join us for some awesome speedrunning fun.
I certainly welcome the opportunity to get my butt kicked by PvP players, just like I did in like one of my only PvP events. I feel a bit ashamed that I've only played in like two of them. So I should get those numbers up sometime in the near future, and I just might actually. It's a teaser I can tease a bit harder later, but getting back into this first race, it is Deagle that is first into the Cave of Wickedness at under 5 minutes. Beefin, what have you been able to see so far from how these two have been playing?
I think Deagle has been extremely consistent. I think Deagle has been sending, bigger chains in order to top the opponent off. I've seen Conch, sending garbage and essentially holding it in the queue just to continue to counterattack. And I've seen a couple of stages in which he didn't release the garbage that's been in the queue, and that's cost him because the opponent wasn't topped off and was able to scoot a couple of panels over and get a garbage clear and lose a lot of time. So, it's understandable, especially because Deagle currently has a 1-stage lead going in, continuing in the cave.
Yeah, that's something you have to worry about when you are speedrunning this game and trying to stack garbage onto your opponent as fast as possible. If you start another chain sequence too quickly after you've finished another sequence of chains, the combo garbage that you made from that first chain, from making the 4 and a 5 and 6 at a time matches, that garbage can get stuck in your opponent's garbage queue until you finish the second follow-up chain sequence. So you kind of have to space out your attacks a little bit more if you're looking to send garbage, get it onto your opponent as fast as possible. Although Deagle here has been
Deagle right now.
Yeah,
Deagle is extremely short right now, sending a really good, multitask counterattack, but seems like it was really late. Oh, Kamek could get to it, but does not. That was really close there.
That could be part of the break that Conch needs to get back into this race, but Deagle is on to the final race, and with a 13-second Kamek, GallopingConch will be right on Deagle's doorstep. So let's see how Deagle attacks this final stage. Gonna make an insert 4 combo. There was certainly a way
this
for...
is not enough from Bowser, especially because he's gonna start leveling the stack off. The greens are right there for a clear. This is Conch's chance to steal this.
Oh my. And Bowser knows how to make a few chains. May not be fast enough to get to all of them, but certainly is capable of wasting a bit of time.
Oh,
and there
wow.
is GallopingConch with the snipe. Conch taking care of Bowser in very, very fast order. With that 12-second Bowser, GallopingConch will officially lock in a time on racetime.gg, where we track all of our race results, of 7 minutes 35 seconds. Bowser did Deagle in that one. Deagle will walk away with a 7:58. Not too bad from both of our players, but it will be the 12 seed taking home the first star. You see the stars light up on screen next to each of the players' names, and since this is a best of 5, these players will be asked to win 3 races in order to move on to the next round. So the first player to light up 3 of those little stars will be the winner of this match. And also as the loser of this race, it will be Deagle's choice for game 2, and we'll take a small break here, and on the other side on YouTube, we'll let you know what Deagle's choice is for the next race. Alright, players are ready for game 2. Deagle has chosen the normal level for this race. So we're gonna slow things down from versus level 6 to versus level 4. And as this game 2 goes underway, couldn't help but notice Conch in the live Twitch chat expressing some jitters from being on this stage. Beefin, does this ever get nerve-wracking to you to play on this kind of stage, especially for these kinds of stakes?
So I'll give you a little story, because I know people like stories. I remember my first world tournament where I played Tetris Attacker. Shout outs to TA. Hope you're doing well. And I think we actually played, I think normal was our first race, or hard, one of the two, I don't remember. And I had the jitters, you know, I was really nervous. And then he beat me game 1, and I was like, oh, it's just like racing with your pals. So, you know, I got over it pretty quickly, but I can definitely understand, you know, people, you know, like being nervous. You know, this is for cash money, you know, like this is for clout, this is for all of that, and you know, you want to do well in these things, so it's totally understandable, you know, if you have a little bit of the jitters going on. But looks like Deagle has definitely centered themselves and is out to an early lead right now. Ooh, like the 3-7, but I don't think that Deagle was thinking about that. Oh, come on, convert that 8 combo. You'll hear me say that a lot, especially because, you know, I say that 8 combos are the gateway to power, and I say that because, you know, it generates 2 lines of garbage for every 8 combo that you create. I mean, sometimes it doesn't stack when you create double 8 combos, but, you know, you always want to be attacking. You always want to be finding ways to send garbage efficiently.
And for the normal level, more or less, our players will be trying to send somewhere between 6 and 7 lines of garbage, especially early on. The later stages might require a bit more, maybe upwards of 9 lines if you are you are really unlucky. And so far, Conch is setting his attacks to a point where some of these opponents have gotten some garbage clears and have wasted a little bit of time, but honestly, it's so far so fine for our 12 seed so far. Stage jitters or not, he seems to be executing the game plan more or less at how he's intended.
Yeah, there's another garbage clear for Conch. Unfortunate, but you know, gets an 18, basically tied up with Deagle, so not too shabby. But Deagle is taking the early lead at basically the halfway point, because we've only got 11 stages. We're only going to KMAC in this one. Man, oh wow!
I love that 5 combo from Deagle. That yeah, sideways buddy. 5 combo setup in the middle of a chain. I kind of love those to a fault sometimes. Although it's a 5 combo, it really is hard to go wrong with a 5 combo, especially in the middle of a chain beefing.
Yeah, because 5 combos are the lowest garbage blocks in which it stacks very well, because 2 4s make a solid line, and you know, while 4 combos are easier to set up and they have their own kind of like patterns to them, they don't stack as well. So, you know, 5 combos, 8 combos, 9 combos, those are kind of the ones that you want to prioritize more than anything. 6 combos are good too, but you know, you want to be as efficient as you can be, especially like, look at Deagle's attack right here. Ooh, not gonna have anything happen there. 20 seconds for Deagle, very nice. Conch, there we go. Another 5 combo in that chain. Spicy.
And the
combo follow up needs to let it drop.
That should deal with Lungefish right here. No problem. Players will certainly be looking for times in the 15 to 20 second range if they can do more. Ooh, that lag chain for the X6 from Deagle. And it is going to be in time to take out Raphael the Raven in 14 seconds. So once again, Deagle finishing the first 8 stages under 5 minutes. Once again, entering the cave ahead of GallopingConch. And honestly, there aren't going to be 2 stages that know how to chain to waste Deagle's time this time around. There's only going to be one. There's only Kamek in the normal mode knows how to chain a little bit, and he's still a bit on the slow side. So this could be this sure looks like Deagle's opportunity to level this match at 1 apiece.
Yeah, especially because, you know, in talking with Conch, he was really worried about normal being the difficulty for Deagle, especially because, you know, it's a Pokemon Puzzle League difficulty at speed level 4, which is, you know, Deagle has shown extreme proficiency in normal right now. So that was, you know, for all the difficulties, you know, Conch felt that he didn't have the best game against Deagle in this one coming into this match. Yeah, and look at this. Look at this disjointed chain. There we go. But, ooh, Deagle's going to be 3 lines short after this down stack. 2 lines now.
Wow, that is not common for some of these opponents to go down to row 3. Although Naval Piranha Plant would probably be the one stage I would expect to go down to row 3 out of anyone. So very hard to really optimize this stage in particular. Conch getting a little bit of that too, and
those reds are going to be aligned there. Yep. Woof.
So
I hope there's no chains off this garbage. It didn't look good, especially with all those combo blocks resolving and turning into panels. But yeah, Deagle's got a chance to tie this up. Not with that dropped first attack though.
That's a bit of a shaky start, and Kamek knowing a little bit how to make some basic chains. There's certainly some time to be wasted here. Kamek also has a bit of a tendency to go low himself, so could this possibly be an opening for Conch? Oh, Conch made a 7 combo with all the same color. That's kind of hard to do. But
9 combo here.
But Deagle will get the combo garbage onto Kamek in time, and it is Deagle taking home game 2 with a time of 7 minutes 16 seconds to GallopingConch's 7 minutes 20 seconds, right on Deagle's ankles right there. But it is Deagle taking home his first star. And now the choice gets switched over to GallopingConch. Do we play easy? Do we play V hard? Only Conch can make that decision. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll skip over to the other side with what that decision will be. Alright, we're ready for game 3. GallopingConch choosing the easy level over the V hard level. Maybe there's a bit of... Is there a bit of a skill edge for Conch in this level? We will find out as game 3 is about to begin. So easy level Beef is playing at level 2, and this definitely feels slow. Any tips for aspiring players on how to play this level?
Yeah, make sure that the opponent's topped off at all times. You usually have to send at least 7 lines of garbage. You know, the garbage resolves really slowly if the enemy gets a clear, like you saw Conch right there. You know, he had him topped off, had Lack topped off in about 15 seconds, but you know, anytime the opponent gets a clear, it takes about 8 to 10 seconds, so you don't want that to happen. So Deagle's off to an early lead with that one.
A very nice start from Deagle, getting 15 seconds on the Lakitu, 17 seconds on this Bumpty. It's more or less the times that we're hoping to see from our from our stages, and very unfortunate for Conch getting the garbage clear onto Bumpty right there. Like, at least you top him off. Like, that is the most important thing. But just sometimes the timing of the attacks, especially on the easy level, seems to have a way with running right into when these opponents would normally make matches that lead to garbage clears, as Deagle gets hit with his first major garbage clear of the run. Oh, and Conch was 1 line short on his attack, and that gave Poochie time to get to his garbage. That's like you can see the time getting wasted from that garbage transforming. It really does take an eternity. Like I believe Beef, you said 8 seconds. Like that's an eternity in the easy level. So
yeah.
So really gotta, you honestly just send as fast as you can. Just make the necessary attack as fast as you can in order to give these opponents the least amount of time to respond. But honestly, so far, Beef, no one seems to have a great handle on when to send these attacks.
No, I mean, like, each time it seems like, you know, the opponent just gets right to that garbage clear. It's unfortunate. Ooh, nice drop 5 chain there. Deagle completing a 6-6. Very nice. Look at that. Topped off immediately. Yeah, no good clears here. 17 seconds. Conch is going to be about 2 lines short here on this counter attack. Yeah, and Froggy's probably going to get to the greens next, if I had to call it. Nope.
Not in time, though.
Creeping all the way over there.
It is kind of amazing how slow these opponents actually are. Ooh, Deagle kind of managed to catch something as it fell in order to get that extension. Although his follow-up chain is kind of delaying some of his garbage from falling, that is going to give Blarg, aka Tetra's attacker, a little bit of a time to clear garbage. But GallopingConch's attack also gets a garbage clear, so Conch is not going to be able to make up as much time here as he would like to have. It still is Deagle into the lead as we head into the final few stages here. Stage 10 is the final objective in the easy level. And the lead for Deagle to get there first is not a large one. This one will come down right to the wire.
Yeah, I think Conch is going to be one line short. Ooh, isn't one line short, but again, Conch has got, I think that's like 6 out of 7 stages in which the opponent like immediately cleared his garbage. That's, some people could say that's unfortunate. Some people, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's a little ridiculous. I'll just say that. As someone who likes to like try to figure out a way, it's like, how could I have played better? Like 6 garbage clears, that's just a lot to have to contend with.
Oh, almost an amazing attack from Deagle, but still gets in a really good follow-up. 16 seconds on Raphael is not an easy time to get, and it will be Deagle once again into the Cave of Wickedness first. That's been the persistent theme of this match. Deagle has been off to the easy starts, and the races have been decided on whether or not Deagle's been able to finish strong or not. Okay, Deagle not going to make a 5 combo with that 5 chain. Probably could have helped to delay that garbage send a little bit so that Hookbill did not get to this, but those are things that are like easy to overanalyze in the heat of the moment. Really is hard to analyze what to do with these stages even after the fact, but GallopingConch doing what he needs to do to keep up with his Hookbill, and Deagle on to the final stage, looking at about a 10-second-ish lead. Deagle going for, gonna make a 5 combo with that 5 chain, and it looks like it is enough for the Naval Piranha Plant. And Plant will not get to the other side of that, so Deagle will be locking in a time of 6 minutes 24 seconds, and will be taking home star number 2. And GallopingConch will finish with a 6:37. So 3 races, and we do not have a winner. So that means we only have one more level to play. And that is the Blood Red Hard. So we'll go take a look at that race on YouTube in just a split second.
All right, timers are counting down. Here we go. This is game 4. Deagle is on match point. This is the Blood Red Hard. This is V Hard. We're going all the way to Bowser. Let's go.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We're going to be definitely seeing some intense chaining going on here. Deagle continued his initial attack even after finishing his first chain, and it might have saved him a little bit of garbage transformation time there. It might have been inadvertent. Again, Deagle's been playing more Pokemon Puzzle League in our speedrun context. Maybe he's not as familiar with the garbage queuing system, because PvP, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. Like if you space out your attacks, but this speedrun will certainly demand that you space out your attacks more. And right now it is Conch just storming through these early stages with the right attacks. Oh, and Deagle gets hit with a garbage clear from Bumpty.
Chain off the garbage incoming too.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know that anyone likes Bumpty in this game. I mean Bumpty didn't even make it to the Game Boy version. That's how that must show how the developers feel about Bumpty.
Gotta do our boy dirty like that, huh? He just
Oh, and
bumped his
Poochie
glove.
down to row 2.
Whoa!
Jeez. Poochie certainly ain't stupid. Conch still managing a 27 out of that, but that is not something our players are normally used to having to prepare for. Oh, Poochie just barely getting to that garbage clearing in time. Oh, this is gonna waste so much time, especially with the chain off of the garbage continuing.
Second gear there.
Things.
Okay, wow.
Oh,
Almost
my.
got to that.
And look at the follow-up that Conch built. The initial chain may not have been quite there, but the follow-up was more than enough. Conch may be dropping some initial chains beefing, but it seems like he is reacting quickly and getting some more consistent kills on these early foes.
Absolutely. I think that, you know, he definitely thrives in this difficulty. V-Hard, I would say V-Hard is definitely his best difficulty. Ooh, Froggy swaps out of a chain, and yeah, very nice. 15 seconds on that, Froggy. And Conch is going to continue maintaining his one-stage lead.
And Deagle, not to be outdone, though, does get a 13 wiggler of his own. So he's trying to do what he can to keep the pace. Getting to that 4 chain, 5 chain. Gotta make this a 6, a 7. There are like no combos on this chain. I do not blame Deagle for going all the way up to the X8. And will it be enough? Yes, sir. Oh man, with no combos in that initial chain, Deagle really played up very well in cleaning that up. So it turned a disasterful stage into just a mini crisis. So
Yeah.
So Deagle's not gonna lose out on too much there, and now GallopingConch has made it into stage 7. These next two opponents tend to throw a lot of players for a loop. They almost always seem to be able to get to garbage clears. They almost always seem to be able to waste a little bit of time. At 20 something seconds will be practically expected for these next two stages.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, most of the time when I play Raven and Fish, I always try to go to make at least 9 lines of garbage. You know, that's usually the safest way to play these levels. Ooh, 4-8. There we go. There's a new, yeah, there we go. Insert lag chain there from Deagle. Comes a big cheeseburger right there. Conch is going to get cleared on here from Raven. Oh, chain off the garbage for Conch. Uh-oh.
There was not
All right,
much.
nothing incoming. Hopefully he's going
There
to
was
send a
not
good
much.
counterattack.
Not much Conch was gonna be able to do about that, and to get out of get out into the Cave of Awakeness at just over 5 minutes. GallopingConch really doing a bounce back job from the last 2 races. So yeah, Conch being at home in this V-Hard level has definitely had some history with the V-Hard level, lest we forget what happened in 2022 with GallopingConch against Kanayo, where those two were stuck on Bowser back and forth for like 3 minutes. It's definitely a moment worth looking back on. Might want to check that out, especially if you want to see just how bad the end of this level can be. And Conch's gonna do his darndest to not have a repeat of such unfortunate events. 30-second Hook Bill will do just fine in that regard. Okay, Hook Bill getting to a garbage clear on Deagle's attack. Gonna get a little bit of a 3 chain off of the garbage, and you know, all these opponents from stage 9 onwards know how to chain, so they can waste a little bit of time, but Plants is certainly not going to waste Conch's time. 13 seconds will certainly cement a full stage lead with 2 stages to go for our 12 seed. GallopingConch on to the penultimate stage. This has a chance for a, let's just call it a really good time. Try not to send too many hexes. This could be a really good time.
Absolutely. Come on.
But,
oh wow, a good time for Deagle. Come on, don't get to that. Oh, plant just barely got to that with the. Sometimes when you see the panels start to jiggle a little bit, that's kind of a clear indicator that they're running out of stop time. But you know, Deagle was able to send a very good counterattack, 25 seconds on this plant. Ooh, Conch is gonna have a chain off this garbage here. K-Mech's gonna have a little bit of extra time. Second tier here, gonna start clearing both sets of panels.
Oh, that little misdirection
right,
from Kamek there. So Conch will get out of the stage as Deagle gets into the stage. He will maintain a bit of a lead heading into the final opponent, but Conch may remember as well as anyone in our community, it is not over until the Fat Bowser sings. And Bowser has a tendency to sing for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
So
This
Conch
attack
needs
was pretty good. 5 lines.
Mm,
Conch
okay.
loves going for these short attacks here, but Bowser's going to immediately
Okay.
get this garbage clear. No chains from Bowser, so he's going to start down stacking right here. Dun, 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 dun.
And-
Oh, the jiggle there. Uh-oh. Okay, there's no chains here. He should be good.
Thing here. Oh, not in time. Bowser barely not getting to that follow-up match, and just as Deagle starts the stage, GallopingConch finishes off V-Hard at a very nice time, 8 minutes 22 seconds. That's gonna take our match all the way up to a deciding game. Wow.
Game shot in the 4th game. Wow. That, and you would like, against like anybody, you're really loving to get an 822. I think Conch might have split that late. That might have been an 820 or an 821, but an extremely solid time there. When you get like sub 830, yeah, you're feeling real good. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, Conch is crack. Yeah, look at that little flourish right there. And what a way to start this world tournament with a game 5 already. This is what you want to see. Gets the people going. Bowser, unfortunately, is not being cool to Deagle. Another row 3 clear. Another chain off the garbage here. This might lag chain.
Man. That's a lot of combos. That's a lot of lag chains. I'm sorry.
I do
I'm
not accept
sorry?
your apology.
An 11
Neither does
chain,
Bowser.
Bowser? What in the world are we doing?
Heinous.
Oh, man. Oh, well. We'll count that for Deagle as a 10-11. That was kind of fierce. Kind of fierce at the end there. A fierce run from Conch, a fierce Bowser that Deagle had to come up against. Woo! No, after all that, we've got one more race to decide it all. And it is Deagle who will decide what level we will play. So, we'll cut away here on YouTube and see you on the other side with what the final choice will be. Alright, Game 5, normal level. Deagle going back to what buttered his bread. So, this is the one race left to decide who moves on to play the 5 seed 6 in the next round. Let's get it. Oh, I'm loving this lag chain setup from GallopingConch. 6 chain onto this Lakitu, and this will dispatch him very quickly. Well done from Conch. And Deagle Deagle almost got hit with some extra trolls in that early stage, but not too awful from Deagle either. This is expecting to be a nice little exercise in punching and counter punching as we decide who will be moving on to the next round. Oh, that under upside down T5 combo to end the chain. Love it, love it, love it.
Excellent formation there.
I just love the creativity with which you can make combos in this game. Like when you look at the top players in the speedrun of this mode do well, you really do see them get super creative with making combos, with finding efficient combos quickly. And so far the garbage building is working very well for Conch. Deagle's going to get out with a 17, but is going to lose a little bit more ground. It's still early, but Conch feels like beefing. He's on the top of his game at this very moment.
Yeah, you can kind of see Conch has got a little bit of the murder face going right now. There've been, with his counterattacks, very, very 8 and 9 combo heavy. Very, very strong. Deagle dropping that chain there, I don't think it will matter except for Wiggler getting to a garbage clear. Brutal.
Oh, it might have been just a timing thing more than a garbage size thing, because Flying Wiggler certainly had the necessary garbage on him to take the loss, but just getting that garbage clear just wastes so much time. And once again, the initial attack was not good, but GallopingConch seemed to have a flurry of 9 combos there at the ready at the very end to keep the stages under 20 seconds. Conch might be re-emerging as someone to look out for in this tournament to beef. Might be someone Six needs to look out for in the next round.
No one's a gimme in this world tournament. No one. Anything can happen on any given day. That's why you play the games out. But again, another 8 combo follow-up for Conch. Another 13-second stage. Conch is kind of flying right now.
Eagle's going to get to this 5 chain. Doesn't have much else, but the much else that he did send will be enough. 15 seconds for Deagle. We'll try and keep pace a little bit. Conch gonna follow up with an 8 combo here. And that will be enough for a 15. Lots of 15-second stages from Conch so far.
Yeah, and also Deagle is keeping it, as Six would say, within the margin of troll. I mean, the normal cave is really, really perilous, especially when you don't top the opponent off immediately. So, if we could see some crazy shenanigans at the very end of this race once again. Nice carpet pull from Conch to get that 4-chain extension, but I think it's gonna be like 3 lines short, 2 lines short. Those reds are gonna come in. Uh-oh.
That's one of the unfortunate things about the normal level. The later you go on, the more likely the opponents are going to get really low on their stacks. Another match. It's going to waste even more time. And chain off the garbage, and just like that, Deagle will be taking the lead into the Cave of Wickedness as Raphael the Raven continues to clear on
chain off the chain again.
Attacks. Oh, are we serious right now? Oh, a 56 for Raphael, happening at the absolute worst timing possible in this match. So Deagle entering the cave first once again. It was practically a theme for the entire match to this point. And Deagle will be enjoying a roughly 15-second lead as he approaches the final 2 stages. But Conch is certainly not going to give up the ghost yet. A little bit of a lag chain to get to the X6. And there is Hookbill dispatched in 16 seconds. Deagle onto his piranha plant. Break an egg, trying to make the omelet bigger, but could not get to the other things he needed to continue the chain, and now he's going to be in a bit of a world of hurt.
These blues are also going to be right here for an immediate clear, but it looks like the chain is going to automatically.
Oh, he doesn't
clear
have
that.
enough.
Ooh, Deagle's not topped him off.
One line short, going to waste a little more time. He's got some time to play with as GallopingConch runs into his own troubles with Naval Piranha Plant. But the time is running out for both players. This is the final stage for Deagle. GallopingConch is right there, roughly 20 seconds back. Will that be enough to secure things in Deagle's favor? Lag 3 chain can't build anything else off of that, and
Wow,
Kamek is going to go down to row 3.
Yeah, the blues are going to be right there. The reds are right there. Yeah, Conch just needs to send a decent attack. Oh, oh no, second tier clear for Deagle.
Oh no. And will this 5 chain be enough for Conch? Oh my!
Whoa! My
Practically
God.
in sync with the finish. Both
Look how
players
beautiful
have
those
officially.
screens are.
Oh wow! Both players have officially clocked in for the moment a 6:58. Oh, we are gonna have to go to the tape to figure out the winner of this match. Oh me, oh my! So, give me a second to figure out how exactly our players finished, and then I will be back with a decision on this race shortly. All right, puzzlers, we do have a decision. Deagle finished with a time of 6 minutes 57 seconds. GallopingConch finished with a time of 6 minutes 56 seconds.
Wow.
So GallopingConch by about 7/10 of a second, I would say, did enough in this normal race to take game 5, take star number 3, take the win. Very, very close.
As Gamer is saying in the live chat, this is a game of frames, and yeah, wow, that was unbelievable. What a way to start the world tournament. You know, good stuff to Deagle, you know, playing in his first Tetris Attack World Tournament. Very, very well played. Took it all the way to game 5 and was correct to go to normal, where, you know, he definitely had the best shot to pull it out. But yeah, there was only one winner in this match, and Cards, take it away.
Oh man, that was certainly a load of fun to go through. Very nice back and forth affair to start the tournament off, but it is a shame that we could only have one winner, and so we'll go ahead and crown that winner as only we can. 3-2. GallopingConch with the victory, and he will be moving on to the next round to play the 5th seed 6. Well done. Not bad for not playing in our majors in like 4 years.
Hiatus strats are real. They are real.
They are just a bit real. I kind of wish I would take advantage of them just a little bit more. In a matter of moments, we will have a look at our bracket, as we will see in our bracket. That's blown up a fair little bit to show both portions of it. GallopingConch moving on in the winners bracket to take on 6 in the next round, and Deagle will be awaiting the loser of one of the matches that we will be having tomorrow. One of the round 0 matches, Poultryman or Voodoo, will fall to face Deagle. And boy, with the times Deagle was putting up, especially on the lower levels today, Beef, and Deagle has an opportunity to really mess things up in the losers bracket.
We got nothing but killers in this tournament. We got the world's best, the world's finest, world's strongest if you're a DBZ fan. There are no easy matches, and whoever has to face Deagle next, good luck. You're definitely going to need it. Deagle definitely proved themselves to be a formidable opponent, taking Conch all the way to Game 5, but in the end, it was Conch that prevailed by, one of the slimmest margins we've seen in a while.
So we may see Conch sometime next week take on his next challenge in 6. Hopefully we'll see Deagle next week. I think next week take on someone that will be losing in one of tomorrow's matchups. But that was certainly a fun little way to start things off, Beef, and could you have written it up any better than that?
No. I mean, what a way to kick off the tournament. Game 5 going all the way, being decided, with the slimmest of margins. And yeah, I mean, exciting puzzle action. What's not to love? And we've got, a whole 2 months to go through to crown the world champion. So yeah, stay with us. It's going to be a wild ride. It's been a wild ride already, and it's just barely getting started. Yeah.
And that was just one match today. That was all we could do today. We've got at least 4 set up for tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to be able to play the 5th, because we had the defending champion Yoshi slated to play tomorrow, but some complications have gotten in the way of being able to play that match in any capacity before tomorrow. So I think we'll be putting that off to next weekend, heavily condense things for next weekend, as already a bit of a nightmare as next weekend will be the schedule already. But we will be starting off tomorrow with our round 0 matchups. It will be the 16 seed Razorflame taking on the 17 seed Azul Blitz, alongside the 15th seed Poultryman taking on the 18th seed Voodoo. Those matches will be played simultaneously. We've got a bit of a doubleheader of doubleheaders for you tomorrow. As right after that, we will have a Wizard Person take on the winner of Poultryman and Voodoo in the first round of the winners bracket, alongside the 11th seed Kanayo taking on I Like Being Smart. So we've got plenty of action packed for you tomorrow, and you're not gonna want to miss it. If today was any indication of how this tournament is going to go, every show is going to be must-see TV, so don't miss any of it. That's gonna do it for us, though, for today. For the Beef in 314 and everyone at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, this has been Cards of the Heart, and until next time, everyone, happy puzzling.
Peace.